Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 21 of the May Daily Draw. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. This is the Lady or the Empress, as it's usually known. So it's about, tapping into that creative energy. And also always represents, nature, the natural world, the wildlife, the trees, the plants, the clouds in the sky, and everything in the world that's natural, that's not man-made. This natural life-giving energy that the whole planet shares in, that we are part of. And this is the Empress representing that birthing of creative energy into something that is going to be brought into the world. Obviously, she looks as if she's pregnant here, so that would, it's indicative of giving birth, obviously, to a baby, to a new life. But it doesn't have to be giving birth to a baby. It can be symbolic of just giving birth to anything that we're manifesting in this that's coming into existence, that's living, that's vibrant, that has that energy within it. So, because I know some people don't like the fact, that of the Empress being pregnant, because it's implying that that's the main function of a woman. Of I've never gotten that from it, but I'm not looking at it from that perspective. So and I get what they're saying, that that it almost says that this is the depiction of the divine feminine, which means giving birth, getting pregnant, giving birth, and that's what a woman should be. And of course, that's not all a woman should be. I mean, yes, it's a beautiful thing for a woman to give birth, to have life, to grow life within her, and to bring it into the world, and raise it up as a new life in this world. But that's, for those that want to do that, that's brilliant and should be cherished and valued and applauded. But on the reverse side, not everybody can do this, or chooses to do this, and chooses to be creative in other ways. And that's just as valid and should be just as applauded. They have their own personal reasons or views as to why they choose not to, or maybe it's out of their control. Maybe, there were medical reasons why some women can't have babies, and, it's not their fault. It's just something that exists. It's there, and a woman should not be almost looked down on because they're not having children, because that's their purpose. So this is going off on a tangent, but I just want to raise that because it's a common thing with this card that I've heard several comment, people say in different areas about that, about their issues with the depiction. I don't have that issue, but I can understand it to a certain degree, not fully because I'm not a woman. I'm not able to have a baby either, but I'm not expected to. That's the thing, and it's that expectation and looking down on certain people because they either choose not to or they can't, as if they're like second-class citizens. And that's still that attitude still prevails in some quarters today, and it's wrong. And I want to say that right from the outset. But as I said, it's representative in general of creative energy, that life-giving energy that's in everything in this world, that in the natural world. And as we connect with that energy, it's almost like we, in an energetic kind of way, give birth to something, whatever it is. When we bring something into, and when we manifest it into our lives, it's almost as if like we conceive the idea, keeping the energy going, we develop it, we let it grow, and then we bring it into it. It lives within us. It lives there just because it hasn't manifested in the world yet, physically. I mean, a baby it's alive. It lives in the stomach of the woman, but it's not yet officially here in the world. But it's within her, so it does exist. Same as what we're creating. It exists when we start creating, and as it forms, and we do the energy work, then eventually there's a process of it becoming a reality in our world. And when it's here, we have this new thing in our lives, and then our responsibility continues to value it, to cherish it, and to raise it into our lives, like you would receive a baby into your life and raise it as a child and into adulthood. Whatever you're manifesting as well, that's not obviously a person. Whatever you're manifesting into your life, you receive it into your life, but that's not it. You've got to nurture it while it's there in your life, and sustain it, and let it function and grow in your life, even beyond its initial manifestation. So there's a bit of a sort of an allegory, a parallel there between this natural birthing and this energetic birthing of whatever it is that we choose to create, a desire to create. But it's like it's getting that fertile circumstance and creating the environment in which it's conducive for something to grow and to be received into our lives. It's part of the creation, the manifestation process. And that's what this card is saying to us. Tap into that natural life-giving energy. And there is a process to it. There are laws and rules, like there are rules of biology with a natural birth here, with a natural birth, but there's also energetic rules and principles with when we're birthing anything into our lives. And part of that is that it does take a bit of time. The birth isn't instant. There's a process, and there's a due date, where everything will happen at its due time, and we can't rush it, but we have to keep nurturing it and sustaining it along the way until it becomes a reality. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Indulgence. And this is about your worth, every desire. It's about seeing our true value and our self-worth, which is a phrase I prefer to self-worship. Every dream, demand what is yours, demand what you need. So it's this sense of indulge yourself in being able to create what you need and what you desire. It's okay to indulge yourself in this way. That's part of creating things, manifesting things in your life. It's natural. It's what we should be doing. And yes, you may seem a bit self-indulgent, but if this is what we need in our lives to grow and to function and to move forward, then it's a necessary indulgence. So never feel guilty about what we're creating, is the message here. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 22. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.